So we've arrived at Rainham Marshes. It's about 7:15. I've parked in the Cold Harbour Lane car park because the main car park's not open yet. There's a 50-50 chance of my car being on bricks when I get back, but there's an advantage of an old car. The bricks are probably worth more than the car. Looking down onto the foreshore. Good to see the odd wheat here this morning, but maybe I've missed them. Who knows? I've been here for a couple of weeks. So this is the Thames foreshore. Full of crap. Let's see what we can find. A bit difficult to see on this camera because of the wide angle. There are shell duck and some avocet out there. And in the distance is the Dartford crossing. Well, I haven't seen very much so far. In fact, I've seen nothing. No sign of life along here. I'm sure there's things here. I'm just not observant enough. Only a gentle breeze this morning. It was very windy yesterday. But today, just a slight breeze. So we're on the north shore of the Thames. Over there is Erith. It's difficult to see with this lens, but Dartford Creek on the other side. Then we move over to the Dartford crossing. There is no end of rubbish that the tide brings up. It's junk, junk, junk. It's like a junkyard. We are now up on the seawall. The reserve is over there. It doesn't open for an hour and a half, 2 hours. There is, I believe, a whitethroat in that bush. Should be the first one I've heard this year. So let's see if we can be patient. Maybe grab a snap. There's a rabbit running off. Seen some dunnock. You see a Chetty's warbler in the background. I don't know if the mic picked that up. In front of us is the waste site. That mound is not natural. That is all rubbish. Usually lots of skylark up there. There is a little dunnock in that tree, in that bush. I don't think the camera's going to pick it up. I'll try and zoom in. You might better hear it. We are at the west end of the reserve here, still on the footpath outside. The reserve doesn't open for a while. I'm not sure if the mic will pick it up, but there's a sedge warbler there. Just taken off and landed in the reeds over there. First sedge warbler I've seen this year. Come over from Africa, all the way to Rainham. Must be quite disappointing. This video camera doesn't lend itself very well to bird spotting, but there's quite a few goldfinch around as well. Just managed to get a quick snap of one. There's a linnet up there chirping away, but I can't see it. Well, I just saw a Chetty's warbler jump from that bush in to the undergrowth there. They are a pain in the arse to get. We are now on the Serrin Mound. Popular spot because it overlooks Muttered Reserve, which is inaccessible from any other way. You really need a scope like that gentleman there has. Oh, there's plenty around. There's sedge warbler, white throat, loads of goldfinch. Just saw I heard a song thrush, chiff chaff. You can hear the skylark but can't see him. Chetty's warbler, hear him, can't see him. Linnet, like I said that already. So it's about 20 to 9. I think I'm going to go back in the car, assuming it's still there and not on bricks, and park up. Hope the car park's open. Well, fortunately the car's still there. Seems to have most of its wheels. Right, this is Rainham Marshes. We're in the car park. Unfortunately, the reserve doesn't open until 9:30. There's always a healthy population of house sparrows here. Used to be a very common bird. Not so common now. But here, usually loads. Oh yeah, that's right there. At the moment, the drawbridge is down, so we have to find somewhere else to go. We shall walk along here. I don't know if you can see, but there's an awful lot of water out there. Summer before last, it was just bone dry. It was like the Serengeti. But now there is more water than we know what to do with. This was an old Ministry of Defence firing range, and then briefly it was proposed as a site for Euro Disney. Fortunately, that never happened. Someone's been very industrious. I'm not entirely sure where it's meant to be. Looks like someone's made themselves a little camp right across the footpath. Oh well, they tried. So it's about 9:20. We begin to wander down towards the reserve now. By the time we get there, hopefully it'll be open. Or even more hopefully, the loos will be open. Here's the reserve from the seawall. As I say, plenty of water at the moment. So here we are, going into the reserve. I shall follow instructions and press button to open. Now onto the reserve, which I may do the complete route, and I may not. It's been very muddy, but apparently you can walk around now. I haven't walked around for quite some time actually, because it's been pretty much impassable without wellies. Can't see too much out there, but we'll hop in the hide and see what we can see. A lot of the ducks will have gone back to wherever they came from, as the spring has now arrived, but the warblers are beginning to make a move. So we've seen sedge warbler today, we've seen the white throat, a few reed warbler as well apparently, so let's see what we can see. So Chetty's warbler making a noise. Sedge warbler's behind me. Often a good spot for water vole here. This is where I saw my last one. In fact, my first one for quite a long time. So, could get lucky today. I think there's a sedge warbler over there on a fence. I think it's a sedge warbler. Pretty sure there's a water vole down there. I just heard it plop. Unfortunately, ooh, down here. He's down there somewhere. I just saw the ripples. I'm afraid we have to take the camera out and see if we can get him. He's just down there somewhere. I just saw him. I did just see the water vole down there. As soon as I go for the camera, it all goes very quiet. So this is the Purfleet hide. Looks a bit quiet out there at the moment, but we shall see and see what we can see. A few tufties. Chetty's water again. It's turned quite warm. I should have left my jacket in the car. Oh well. We're now coming up to the Marshland Discovery Zone. A new kingfisher bank was built here 18 months or so ago. The idea was to, obviously, for the kingfishers to nest and breed here. They've been showing some interest this year, so they've shut the Discovery Zone for a short while until the kingfishers get established. This bridge is often a good spot for water voles and bearded tit. It seems neither today. Got a coot coming towards us. Apart from that, dead silence. This is often a good spot for Chetty's warbler, especially this time of year. The shrubs aren't in full leaf, so you get a fair chance of getting a picture. But apart from that one over my left shoulder, there appears to be none here. But we shall give it a few minutes and see if one pops up. But these bushes are usually quite reliable. If anything can be reliable in the Chetty warbler world. We're now moving into quite a hot spot for bearded tits. The sun's out, the wind's down. We must be in with a chance. I'm listening out for bearded tit. This is quite a good spot for them. They've got a really distinctive pinging call. So there's no doubt when you hear them, they don't sound like anything else. Well, I did just see a bearded tit flying to the reeds here. It's obviously been an awful lot of water here because the sea tray seems to have floated up to here. But I definitely saw a bearded tit just flying to the reeds here. So let's hang around for a while and see what we can see. Oh, I don't know if the microphone picked that up. There's really one just went over to the left. There are definitely a few out there. I saw a couple fly off in that distance. So Chetty's warbler teasing me. I've seen a couple today, but no chance of a picture. Patience is a virtue, they say. I've been turning back usually at this point and going back the way I came because it's been so muddy down there. But today, I think I shall continue and do the entire circular route. And I'll spend all evening complaining about my knee. Right, so a quick drink break. Someone just said they saw a wheat ear on top of that container there. It's not where I'd expect to see them necessarily, but that's what he said. The Chetty's warble are everywhere, but I can't see any. Right, actually not true. I've seen a few, but I can't get any to get a picture of. Anyway, start getting ready to move on. Bag on. Binoculars on. In your pocket. And camera on. And we are ready to go. These are the target pools. During the war, fake houses were put on here and they were set on fire to act as a decoy so that the German bombers would drop their bombs here rather than further on, over there, into London. So there you go, a little bit of history for today. Right, this is a shoot in Butts Hyde. I don't think I want to go in there today. We're going to do the trip round and time is marching on. So I think I'm going to give that one a miss. It's been flooded through here, been very muddy, but it is beginning to dry out. So wellies is no longer required. Unfortunately, the boardwalk on this side of the reserve fell into a state of disrepair, such that there was no budget to repair it. So, unfortunately, we're now on this farm track, or I say farm track, on this track. I prefer to see the boardwalk back, but truth be told, you can see a lot more from this track, so not quite as nice as the boardwalk, but you do see more. Right, we're just approaching the Ken Barrett Hyde. We'll pop in there for a couple of minutes, and then we'll be on our final, I guess it's about a kilometre, through woodland rather than marshes. So let's see if there's anything out here. Not too much out there. A few pochard, a few tufties. Look like a couple of gadwall as well. Apart from that, that's that. Right, so we're now on the last section. This section will take us through the woodland and back to the visitor centre. We have some local wildlife. A pheasant. He doesn't seem too fussed by me. I don't know if the microphone can pick it up, but there's a male blackcap in the tree. It's just fluttered down. I did get a picture, so you'll see that. Not the first time I've seen this cat. He must live local. 400 metres to go. Oh, it seems like we've been out for a long time. As I said earlier, and if I didn't say it earlier, this used to be a shooting range. And this is the cordite store where they used to store the gunpowder, the cordite. And you can see these huge concrete walls are used to keep it secure. A rather large slab of concrete I've never noticed before. Obviously has something to do with the military history of the place. Someone's recently painted these, I think. There was one back there on butterflies, which I didn't film, but I've never seen siskin and I've never seen a bullfinch. Right, so we're approaching the end of our walk. We've been out about 4.5 hours, I think. It's midday, so what time do we leave? We left at 7, so we've been out for 5 hours. I've done 14,000 steps. I will need a cup of tea and an ibuprofen sandwich. Because my knee is going to be sore. And that's it, we're done. Just approaching the visitor centre up this slope. And that will be the end of today. Well, there we go. The end's in sight.